Today, I want to talk about grocery prices. Everybody's always asking how much is everything while we're living here. Cost of living is always a big concern, and groceries are a major part of it. It's one of the biggest things we can adjust depending on our budget and our dietary choices. So I'll show you the prices, then we will go to the house and I'll do the great haul and show you everything with prices of everything. Then I'm going to do a walk around town and film at the the big market downtown, the wet market. So let's get into this and see how it goes. This is some older footage because this is from 2017, the last grocery video I did. The manager told me then I could not film in the store. So I'm using the old footage, which is good because it shows the old prices and I'll tell you the new ones. But since it is my regular grocery store and they know me, if they say don't film, I'm not going to film. Most of the prices really haven't changed a lot, but Tang is one of them that has doubled in price. They say it's because of the new sugar tax, but Tang doesn't have sugar. It's got aspartame. But anyway, it's gone up, but at 18 pesos a pack, I'm not that worried about it. Cokes went up a little bit, but not much. Cokes are now 60 pesos for a 1.5 liter. They used to be about 50, so they went up a little bit, but not as much as Tang. The pancit noodles, what we generally call ramen in the US, have gone from 9 pesos to 11, so it's 18 cents to 22 cents. Still pretty cheap. Still not healthy, but they're pretty good. Hello, Melanie. She's shopping. We're sneaking up on her. She doesn't know we're there, but she really doesn't know because this is from 2017. She does like the cheese sauce. I like the tomato sauce, the salsa. They have gone up a little bit in price, not a whole lot, but they went from 168 up to about 220. Again, sorry there's no new pictures, but I'm not pissing off the manager of my regular grocery store. I do like the salsa on eggs. She likes the cheese sauce for nachos. This is my groceries, and boy, it just doesn't look like that much. But there's 3 big bags of groceries. This woman's pizza from S&R is driving me crazy because damn, it smells good, and it reminded me I did not eat lunch. Okay, we made it home. This first batch is from Super. It's the wet market downtown. I'm going to show some footage of that after this. I went in to buy basically, the only thing on my list was carrots and green beans. But when you go someplace like Super, they've always got some really good selection, and summer vegetables right now are looking good. So here's 2 heads of lettuce. They were 80 pesos for 2. Even that's still a little high, but way cheaper. I mean, way cheaper than the grocery store prices. The cauliflower always feels expensive to me. But once you do the math, it's really not that bad. It was $1.30 a kilo at the grocery store. It's almost double that. But this cauliflower is almost half stem and leaves. So you're not getting a whole lot of cauliflower. Now I used to throw it out. It was just waste. I'd chop it up and give it to the ducks or something. But now I've started using the stems and the stalk and all that. If you make cauliflower rice or a mashed cauliflower, they work fine, so I use them. I got 700 grams of cauliflower and 500 grams of leaves and stalks. The leaves and stalks, like I said, make good rice, mashed, like mashed potatoes, or soup stock. So it does get used. It's just so much of it. It makes me feel like it's a lot of waste. But I've learned how to use it, and so it's not so bad. And we don't get cauliflower that often, and I love it. The green beans were beautiful. I said all the the veggies were looking really good. They were 160 pesos for the carrots, green beans, and potatoes. I bought them all at the same shop, and it was one price. I didn't ever hear how much they were individually. These carrots are just gorgeous. They usually get some really giant, like big as your arm, really bad tasting carrots. These are really nice carrots. So it was a good haul today. I liked it. This section is dangerous. This is the not on the shopping list, but I was hungry, so I bought sauce, noodles, ground pork. There's some mushrooms there for the spaghetti sauce, but their prices will be explained in a minute. And then I bought 4 hot dogs. They're 10 pesos each, and some cheese. So the prices were all pretty reasonable. I didn't read any of that, but it's all right there. So hopefully you can see that. This is an example of don't shop when you're hungry. This is actually my shopping list. Ovaltine, 199 pesos. Sometimes I buy Milo, sometimes Ovaltine. It's just hot chocolate. Ovaltine's a little malty. The shallots were 37 pesos. I should have bought them at the super, but I didn't think about it. And it turns out we're completely out of garlic. The tang, we talked about the price earlier, but here they are, 18 pesos each. They got some really cool flavors here. They've got like the calamansi, Dalinden, pomelo. I really like the flavors. The nuts are about 11 and a half pesos a bag. You can get peanuts, sunflower seeds. Mixed nuts are about 25 pesos. These butter coconut cookies are wonderful. They're like, was it 24 pesos for this whole thing? It's 10 or 12 packs. The Ribisco chocolate crackers, it's a chocolate cream filled. She likes those. Both of them are like 10 or 12 packs. So, and then I bought her some chips, like 6 pesos a bag. Canned tomatoes, 45 pesos a can. The green peas and mushrooms are for my mixed veggies. I blanch the green beans and carrots, mix them with the peas and mushrooms, and I make my mixed veggies. And I eat like 1 cup of mixed veggies with my meals. Cooking oil, olive oil. Palm oil is only 45 pesos. The olive oil is about $5. Not shown. Coke Light, 60 pesos a bottle. The toiletries is always more than it should be. She likes the pouches, the little sachets of Tide. The shampoo is something she wouldn't buy this large, but it's 138 pesos. She would buy like 1/3 of the size. I just don't want to buy one every week. The total for the groceries was 2,100 pesos, about $42, plus the veggies from the super, 400 pesos, $8. Grand total, $2,550. Now the veggies, I don't do that very often, and that's probably 2 weeks worth of veggies. The groceries are generally about 2,000 pesos a week. What I didn't show was the meat. I buy it at S&R. I've shown that before. It's like 230, I think 230 pesos a kilo for my pork. I buy it once a month and I put it in the freezer. I've shown that before. Our budgeted amount for groceries is right at 10,000 pesos. I spend 2,000 on meat and then 2,000 a week on other groceries to fill in. And it varies, but we stay pretty much in budget. We could easily spend more, but actually we could easily spend less. Just depends on what you want to eat. If you want to eat like a Filipino, you can eat a whole lot cheaper. I mean, she eats canned fish and rice, and she's very happy with that. I would not be. Well, that kind of wraps up the groceries. But the next 5 minutes, we're going to just wander around super. Then I'm going to go to Robinson's and run into Jollibee, and then I get to cook dinner. It's not going to be exciting, but if you want to watch it, come on, we're having a good day. The market here is just crazy big. It goes on forever. Most of the shops kind of have the same thing, so usually I like to go to a market and get a particular vendor that I like and stick with them, and you get better service, better prices. I don't come to this market enough. Hello, let's watch this guy. What's he doing? He's playing with fish. These are the boneless bandus. It's not boneless at the moment, but it will be. He's pretty good at this, actually. Good with a knife. I could probably cut it and gut it, but check how he gets the bones out here in one piece. There we go. Now it's a boneless fish. I don't think I've been able to do that as well, but I think he's had some practice. It's one of my favorite things, is just wandering around the markets, watching what they do, how they work. Just kind of hang out and visit with them. And then I try and buy stuff from them occasionally. But I don't like fish, so it's not going to happen here.
No, they do a very good job of that.
Just enjoying the show. But there's some of the stuff here I'm not even sure what it is. I like this, the hairy, grassy looking, I guess it's some kind of seaweed. I don't even know what that is. And of course I recognize the shrimp and the crabs. Did not get any prices off of them. I need to go through and probably get all the prices for you, because some of y'all like fish and seafood. I just really don't. Do like shrimp. And also while you're here, you want to come get your grated coconut. They take the brown coconuts and they grate them. They make the real good fresh grated coconut you can use to make coconut milk. Yum. From the super, we go out, and along the sidewalk there's a lot more vendors, just like the vendors inside. I mean, really, it's like almost all the vendors have the same stuff, but you know, usually if you go enough, you have a favorite. Like I said, I don't come to this market often enough, and I really should, because the selection is so much better and the pricing is so much better than what we get at our market in Autumn. It's right across the street. That's the backside of Robinson Super, so called because it's next to this, the Super. It's actually called the Terminal Market, but everyone just calls it Super. So that's Robinson Super. I have started putting some weight back on, you may have noticed, and gosh, I just can't imagine why. Yeah, sometimes we don't always do what we're supposed to, but we're at the mall hanging out, it's air conditioned, and I don't really care. It's gonna be a good day. Psst, psst, psst. Hey look, psst, guess who? It's Jollibee! Oh, ain't that amazing? It's Jollibee. It's the whole family. I think the Jollibee's restaurant must be open. And yes, I did just run out of the restaurant. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is not a restaurant. Ran out, left my groceries and my food. We're at Robinson's. And Jollibee finally reopened. And Jollibee and all of his friends are here. So it's going to be very crowded, and I will certainly not be eating here. I don't think I was going to eat here anyway, but certainly not with this crowd. Let's come see what the new restaurant looks like. It's been closed a long time. Nicer looking than it was before. I'm not convinced that there's any more tables than there were, but it is nicer looking. I think this one row here on the back wall is like the only addition. Hopefully they did a lot of work in the kitchen, because there's not, I mean, it's prettier, but I was hoping they would somehow enlarge it. But there's only so much you can do in a finite space. This is part of the groceries that were not on the list. I was shopping when I was hungry. I'm roasting some bell peppers. I keep them chopped up in the freezer. Roasting them, kind of, you get that little char on them, which tastes good. You get the little fire going. And the roasting really brings out the flavor of the pepper. So I like roasting my peppers. Then I throw in the meat. I spice the meat when I cook it, and I should have taken a picture. It was real pretty when I had all my peppers and onions and garlic chopped up, but I threw them in before I got a picture. So sorry. I'm using their bag sauce because I'm lazy, and it was there. A couple of these, they're not too sweet. It's not like the regular Filipino sauce, but then I add in a whole bunch of garlic and Italian seasoning and pepper, and oh, I forgot to add the red wine. Oh well, I'll drink it with dinner. Just when the meat's about mostly done, I dig a hole in it, let the grease pool up, and I throw in all the onions and garlic and saute them, and when they're done sauteing, I stir it up, finish cooking the meat. After it's all done, you add in all your tomatoes and taste it, flavor it as needed, you know. It's just spaghetti. It ain't rocket science. It's different every time I make it. It's just not sweet like theirs. I bought fun shapes this week though, instead of buying like spaghetti or the spirals. This is a whole mix. And of course we have some good olives to go with it. So dinner is served, and there's a crap ton left over, because if I'm going to cook, I cook enough for leftovers. This is a 2-liter container left over, so I will be eating spaghetti for the next 3 days, 4 days, I don't know. I'll be eating spaghetti for a while. Melanie says she likes mine, but she rarely eats any of it. And the wine goes good with dinner. That is the end of the bottle, and that is the end of my grocery shopping day. Have fun. Enjoy your day in paradise.